to my channel, Crunchy Country Mama. If you are liking what you're seeing, please make sure to hit subscribe and the bell so you receive notifications every time I come on with a new video. Now, in the last video, I talked about the decision to become a stay-at-home mom and what that all entails. So if you'd like to see that, I put the link in the description. In this video, I'm going to talk about what it's really like to be a stay-at-home mom. So I've got 5 things that will tell you what it's going to be like when you make that transition to become a stay-at-home mom. So stay tuned. Okay, so what I've got for you is 5 things to expect when you become a stay-at-home mom. Now, please understand they're not all awesome, because just like any job, they're not all perfect and amazing all the time. So what I've done for you is I've written down a list because I want to be realistic with you, but I also want to tell you the things that I've done to overcome and counteract the more negative sides, okay? So for the first one, you're going to be busy all the time. And here's the thing, I don't care how many kids you have, because when you have one kid, it's almost harder because all they have is you for entertainment, right? When you have 2 kids, they're often still so very young that you're just having to juggle them both, and they're not quite old enough to play with. You know, when you have an infant and a 2 or 3-year-old, they're not going to be able to play together just yet, right? And that goes on for a little while, probably longer than you might think. At least it feels that way. So I have 3 kids. And they're very young and close to in age. And while it's amazing, it's also very difficult. So if that is something that you feel like you can control, just know that having 3 kids quickly is a beautiful thing, and it's a very difficult thing. And you have to decide if that is something that you're going to be able to manage. With my oldest just now being 5, I had a lot of years there where the busyness was heightened. And busyness can cause stress because when it's kids, it's chaos. And as much as you try to get kids into a routine, things don't always go as planned. So just be prepared for that. Some things that I've done to slow down that busyness, and not everybody will agree with this, but I keep my kids on a nap routine where they always nap at the same time. I was very, very adamant that as I was having more than one kid, that their nap times as soon as possible, because when they're an infant, right, they're just sleeping all the time, but as soon as possible, they were on the same sleep schedule. And I did that with all 3 of them. Now my oldest doesn't nap anymore, but my younger 2 do, and they always nap at the same time every day. And that was intentional because I needed some time to breathe. Because here's the thing, when you're a stay-at-home mom, you don't just stop being a mom when it's 5 o'clock. You're going to be a mom all the time. It's never going to end. And that's why I say you're going to be busy all the time. Another thing that you need to do is take some of my tips that are coming up about self-care and connecting with people. Get yourself outside of your house. Get yourself outside of your house enough to the point where you feel like your cup is full. Okay, so number 2 is you are going to miss the social connection with adults. You guys, being at a normal job and being able to interact with adult humans is so important to your emotional well-being, your mental health. So make sure that you're getting time to connect with your friends, with family, with anybody who may be in your circle, old coworkers, to fill that cup. It is something that has to be a must when you figure out if this is something you're going to do with your spouse, your partner, and make time to be able to go and get that social connection. Another thing is, as I'm recording this right now, we are in the middle of a pandemic, and if you're not feeling ready to meet up with people, definitely utilize Zoom. Marco Polo actually is one of my absolute favorite apps to use to connect with people, because you guys, you can just show up like this, okay? You got your messy bun, you got just your regular clothes on, no makeup. Sometimes I am in my pajamas. Like, it's It's just one of the best platforms because it's not social media. It's not putting it out there for everybody to see, so you can feel totally comfortable in front of your friends. I love that platform, highly, highly recommend it. So it's very important to keep the connection with the adults because when you're around tiny humans all day, you need that recharge. Okay, so number 3, you're gonna miss that paycheck, girl. You are, and let it be okay. Being able to have that physical representation of your work in the form of money is so completely satisfying. And maybe some of you are coming from a place where you're actually not going all the way to zero, but a lot of you are. And I would encourage you to just be okay with it for a while. Don't rush to start something new, start some new venture. Give yourself a little bit of time to figure out a balance, to figure out and settle into this new lifestyle before you jump into something. Now, that being said, I was one that needed to have this affirmation of my worth in physical form. And so I worked, as I talked about in my last video, I worked part-time jobs. I did all kinds of things. And then I eventually did start up a network marketing business, which has been fantastic and such a blessing to my family and to my mental health. Having something that was mine, you guys, there's a big difference between working part-time for somebody else and working part-time for yourself. Big, massive difference in the satisfaction, at least in my opinion. So that is something to consider. There's definitely a way around that. If you can find a job like network marketing that can weave into the small bits of your day that you get, girl, go for it. And if you need somebody to mentor you, that, by the way, is something that I do. I am a success and mindset coach. I'm happy to help you. You can check the description for my blog and more information about me. Happy to be a resource for you. And if you'd like to hear more about my company, just reach out. Okay, so number 4, you're going to become a better parent. That's not to say that you weren't a good, amazing, perfect parent for your child as it was before, but I will tell you something that without a doubt, when you start spending 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with your kid or children, you will learn so fast. It probably won't feel that fast, but it is definitely a faster learning curve when you're with them all the time. You will learn so quickly how to manage small children, how to manage their emotions, how to meet their needs, right? Than if you were gone a large chunk of the day. So I have noticed in our own family the difference between how I'm able to handle my children's emotions and their tantrums. And in fact, there's much fewer tantrums than when I'm with them than when my husband is, because I have had the practice. It's just like anything else. It's a job. And when you get skills and you develop those skills over time, it's perfectly normal for that to be a difference. So in that regard too, just help your partner understand that may be something that you encounter. Share your wisdom with them. As you gain the wisdom, as you understand your kid, help them understand, hey, when you say things this way, this is how she reacts because this is what she hears. And you will know your kid better than you've ever known them. And that is so fulfilling, so fulfilling. Okay, number 5. I know that I've been saying a lot of things that you're going to miss, but I will tell you one thing you won't miss. You won't miss a thing. If I could choose everything all over again, it would be to do this again. As hard as it is, you guys, with all those, the first 3 being hard things, it is all worth the 5th thing. 100%. You don't miss a beat. You see everybody's first steps. You hear them say their first words. You see them do all of these things that are just like amazing to watch unfold in front of your eyes. You see the progression. You see how their eyes light up when they do something correctly for the first time. Oh, you guys, you won't miss a thing. And that's what makes it worth it. If If you take the advice and the tips that I've given you in here, it makes the hard stuff a lot easier and it allows the good stuff to shine. So I hope this was helpful to you, and please make sure to check out my free Facebook group, Ambitious Stay-at-Home Moms. It is a great place to be to get more information just like this. I'll see you there. Bye, guys.